There's something wrong in this country telling people it is okay to work 3 jobs, not see your kids, not see your loved ones, not take a vacation, and God forbid you get sick. Okay? And I still got a job at home because I'm a mother. Because let's not forget, I don't get a day off. And I got to figure all that out. How are we going to eat? How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to pay the utility bills? That every single thing went up after COVID. Not one thing stayed the same except salaries. The only thing that stayed the same in this country is the minimum wage. Even though everything else went up, there is no scarcity. It is how do we pit people against each other so they're too distracted to see everything that I'm too addicted to consuming. And how much profit I'm making, and more profit, how many more houses one individual can have, how many yachts can one individual have, regardless of whether I am a female, male, whatever. I am a human being first. With what conscience are you criminalizing poverty?
Right.
And it's not going to stop just in the United States. The poor of the world, not just this country, are fed up. And let's not leave out rural communities. I live in Haines City, Polk County, Florida, okay? But do you think that the poor in rural communities have transportation? They don't. There's absolutely not even a sidewalk to walk on because I am giving the message of stay poor, stay hidden, and die silently, okay? If I get a job, how do I get to that job? If I even get it when I'm in a rural community.
I'm going to keep posting about this all day because this is bullshit. I went and logged into my federal loan account and this is what I found. I graduated in 2011 with $46,000 in student loan debt. My loan debt is now almost $90,000 fucking dollars. In that time, I've been a social worker that has made income-based repayments on my loan for years, and that shit has almost doubled. You want to know why people are pissed off about their student loans? It's not because we can't get anyone else to pay them for us. It is because you have set it up where we can never pay them off ourselves. And then you sit here and tell us into our faces that we are lazy, this is somehow our fault, while cheering on banks and auto industries and Elon fucking Musk getting subsidies of millions of dollars a day. Anyone who still doesn't see that this is rigged against us can get fucked!
Our education system, our school system, is the root of our disconnection. The system molds us to be interchangeable, predictable, and controllable, so we are being stripped away from our uniqueness, and most importantly, stripped away of wonder. I lost myself of wonder as soon as I went to school. I was told that the way I am is weird, not only by other students, but also by teachers. The teachers told my mom that I should better adapt or else I wouldn't be able to make it in life. Basically, I got bullied into fitting in for many years. And it worked. I became very depressed early in my childhood. I was stripped of curiosity and of exploration, which is really interesting because isn't the job of a school to make children curious about things so that they're willing to learn and to study? Well, that's the idea they hide behind. We are here to educate, to prepare the children for life. But that is not the real intention of the system. John D. Rockefeller, who founded the General Education Board, the blueprint of our modern schooling system, said this: I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. And look where we have landed. The school system was designed not to teach and liberate the human spirit, but to industrialize it. Sit down, stay still, speak when spoken to, raise your hand, stand up when the teacher comes in, don't question what's in the textbook, just listen and comply and remember. What is so dangerous here? This conditioning doesn't end when we exit school. It becomes internalized. You leave school, but the school doesn't leave you. Suddenly you measure your value by productivity. Interesting. And by how much you are appreciated by your achievements and your status. I don't know about your experience in school, but the humiliation I experienced coming from the teachers, not just towards me, but towards many other students as well. Kids are being shamed for not understanding fast enough, for being too loud, for being too sensitive, for being too quiet, sometimes for being too curious when questioning a belief of a teacher. And ultimately for being themselves. We were punished for daydreaming, as if imagination was something wrong that should be beaten out of us. We were ridiculed for wrong answers and humiliated in front of all the others, so we would get scared of making mistakes in the future, as if mistakes weren't part of learning and of life. What kind of world are we creating when the place meant to nurture children becomes the place where we destroy them, where we destroy the magic? But you know, a nation of thinkers is dangerous. A thinker doesn't just ask how to do something. A thinker asks, why are we doing this at all? Who does this serve? Who does this benefit? Workers show up. They clock in, they clock out, they don't disrupt, they don't rebel, they don't imagine new systems, they don't question why they need to get up early in the morning. That's what the system wanted. Predictable producers, compliant employees, not passionate creators. If you dare to think differently and to question everything, you're labeled delusional, naive, crazy, or even a conspiracy theorist these days. I'm talking about this because I'm very, very angry, and I believe more people should be angry. For the anger may be able to catalyze action to change the system in the future. We need to wake up to the fact that we have been trained to forget our true potential. We have become sheep, and things need to change.
You know, I was gonna do this report a little bit later on, but y'all motherfuckers need to hear this shit. Y'all peep this shit. Now, I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on, but y'all remember all this bullshit that China and fucking America got going on with this goofy ass T-war, right? Well, guess what? China's best friend named Hong Kong that decided to step her ass into the motherfucking chat room and decided to stop all motherfucking shipment to motherfucking America. And that come into play April 27th. Now, I've stated once before that all of our shit in our houses and all of the shit, all the items and shit that are in these motherfucking stores and shit is made in China, right? Oh, I ain't get to the part of what the fuck was made in Hong Kong. So, hospitals done reported that majority of their motherfucking goods, their medicine, their equipment, all of that fucking shit that hospitals need, ask me where they get them from. Hong Kong. And on April 27th, Hong Kong is stopping all motherfucking shipment. They doing the exact same shit China doing. So what does that mean for hospitals? Hospitals are coming out and coming forward and saying they're gonna have to close down after the 27th. So what does that motherfucking mean for the terminally fucking ill? What does that mean for motherfuckers who have surgery that damn day? What does that motherfucking mean for motherfuckers that get their medications from the fucking hospital? What does that mean for anybody and anything that needs a fucking hospital? Then what? Hell, I would not be surprised if the animal fucking shelter start fucking coming out and talking about something, or the animal hospital start coming out and saying they ain't got shit either to help y'all motherfucking animals. Then what? Do you see where the ego is coming in at? His ego done led to where we are now. We are gonna have to close down hospitals now. Make America great again, my black ass. The fuck?
Why we're stuck in a world full of evil people. You know, people who cause wars, commit crime, and even those who just treat you wrong. This goes back to a hidden truth most people have forgotten. It states evil doesn't start with hate. It starts with control. Someone who hates you will just avoid you, but someone who wants to control you, either your money, your choices, or your future, well, that person will destroy you. And so the reason the world's full of evil people is because evil is rewarded. Whether it's big business or big government, you can get an easy life without hard work as long as you can control more people. Or in other words, the more evil you are, the more untouchable you become. So, what happens if we remove the systems that reward evil?
Attacks by Elon Musk and Donald Trump on the federal workforce have an obvious racial component to it. The number one way that black people in this country have achieved middle class status is through working at places like the post office, the DMV. Federal work provides a very reliable source of income with good retirement benefits, and it disproportionately affects people of color when those jobs are slashed. And you're kidding yourself if you don't think there's been a calculation made by Trump, by Elon Musk, if they're like, oh yeah, I mean, you know, white people aren't going to care that these are getting slashed. And of course, the legacy of privatizing the post office is going to be awful. All the people in rural areas are not going to be able to get their mail for free anymore. They're going to have to go to P.O. boxes 20 miles from their house because people like Jeff Bezos are not going to be like, oh yeah, let's just eat the cost when we take over the postal service, or people like FedEx, all these guys that donate to the Trump campaigns. So yeah, you're absolutely kidding yourself if there isn't an element of racism in these federal work cuts as well. It's so transparent.
Spending, you know, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. So that's like the big one to eliminate.
You heard him say it, folks. Elon, ya dipshit, wants to eliminate Social Security because he says they're entitlements. So, MAGA, I want you to understand that your Social Security is not an entitlement. We pay for this. It's been coming out of your checks for your entire working career. And he wants to cut that. Are you okay with that? I want to know how many Social Security recipients are okay with an unelected official trying to cut your Social Security. This is what they're trying to do, and he's saying it out loud. He's saying it out loud. This came off of Fox News. He went on Fox News and said Social Security is the biggest entitlement that needs to be cut because he's saying that the feds are paying for it. It is not the feds paying for it. It's you. And you're okay with this?
When you look at the dollar bill, you see more than just paper. Look closer. Why is there an Egyptian pyramid on American currency? Why Latin phrases? Most people never question it. They're too busy chasing dollars to actually look at one. At the top of the bill, it says, Annuit Coeptis. That means our enterprise is successful. But whose enterprise? At the bottom, Novus Ordo Seclorum, the New World Order. They put it right in front of you, plain as day. This isn't decoration, it's a declaration. Look at the pyramid. 13 layers. Why 13? It's not just about the original colonies. Look closer. 13 stars, 13 stripes, 13 arrows, 13 leaves. This number keeps showing up. Is that just a coincidence? Or is it a hidden code, a symbol of power and control woven into the very fabric of our system? And here's the kicker. See the American shield? That's the true flag. But the US flag? That's a different story. The stripes run horizontal because the United States isn't a country. It's a corporation, a privately owned entity operating under a different set of rules. The symbols, the numbers, the words, it all points to one thing. A system of power hidden in plain sight. The real rulers of the world don't need to hide. They just need to keep you distracted.
I'm gonna show you something. It's gonna change your life, bro. You see the fucking bin right there? Let's open it. See what's inside, man. So the junk. And boom. You know what it is? This is how you change your life, bro. You put it on the bottom, and you don't pick it up. You don't see it. Forget about it. You know why? Because a lot of you focus on playing the games on the PS5 instead of playing the game in real life. Instead of making your character better on 2K, you need to focus on how to make your character better in real life, bro. And get it together. lock in. We can do this.
They've been telling us since 1964.
I've been in the same traffic jam, going to the same job every day for 6 years, and so have they. Every day, all our husbands, we get up and we take the same road into the same job. We even dress alike. We put on the gray suit and it's like sheep.
Sam, that's not true. You're not like anybody else. And you're not a sheep. You've got character. And I love you.
Bah.
Sam, did you say something?
Have y'all seen this movie Conclave that came out last year in 2024? You know everything that's going on with the Pope right now? They've already told us, y'all. This literally planned, y'all. Check this out.
The Pope is dead. The throne is vacant. What happened? They say a heart attack. You know how rumor spreads, and 1.25 billion souls
I
watching.
told y'all when the Pope went to go open those doors, he was looking super sick. Look at him, y'all. Like he didn't want to do this. His hands over his eyes, like he don't want to face what's coming, y'all.
1.25 billion souls watching. Well gotten, Lawrence. It seems the responsibility for the conclave falls upon you. The supervision of this election is a duty I never thought I'd have to perform. If we are sequestered, and they must be shielded from all news that may influence their judgment. You understand?
Are y'all hearing all this? Are they trying to keep something from us?
No sane man would want the papacy. The men who are dangerous are the ones who do want it. That sounds ominous.
They said no sane man would want the papacy. So does that mean that they're not going to find another pope? Because there is prophecy that's leading to speculation that this is the last pope.
I'm wondering if I could have a word in private. You look anxious. Everything under control. How has this been kept a secret for so long? We'll never find a candidate who doesn't have any kind of black mark against them.
You heard him? He said they'll never find a candidate that doesn't have any black mark on them. So do you think in a way that means cursed? And I say that because in old colonial language, the word black is associated with the meaning of cursed or wicked or sinister. So are they looking for sinister leaders? Is that what he's alluding to? Or wicked or cursed sinister leaders? And I hope this puts a bigger perspective on why they call us black.
This is a conclave, Aldo. It's not a war.
It is a war. And you have to commit to a side.
So is something bigger happening behind closed doors and they're not telling us? Now I want you to watch this part because it says all quiet on the Western Front. And he's carrying some type of briefcase and he's going down the stairs. And look at the financial paperwork. Y'all see that? We know a briefcase is usually associated with money or important documents. And he's going down the stairs like something is going downhill. And it looks like the money is finalized. Y'all see that? It's over and it's burnt up. And now listen to what he says.
There is one sin which I have come to fear above all others. Certainty. If there was only certainty and no doubt, there would be no mystery.
All comes tumbling down.
And therefore no need for faith.
So what he's basically saying is you can't have faith in a system that was destined to fall. So now you understand why the Pope was looking real sick when he had to open those doors. This was allegorical to the fall of this system. And they already show us in the movie that the financial system, the financial institution is coming to an end. And the physical manifestation of the death of the Pope is what starts it all. So after this 9 days of mourning, we're going to see what happened because Right now, this system is being patched up with band-aids, y'all. And the band-aids are coming off. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
Y'all do know we was reset, right? None of the technology we have is new. None of it. TVs, cell phones, computers, none of it is new. There's so many Egyptian hieroglyphics of them having helicopters, them having bombs, them having phones. Same thing with the Mayans, the Aztecs. They have inscriptions everywhere of them having technology. Nothing we have is new. We was reset. Some point in history, we got reset by something or someone. Even when you think about like Tartaria, they was very advanced. What happened to them? It really makes you think, like, what happened? Who came and did this? And it's something that just utterly boggles my mind on a daily basis. I can't stop thinking about it because ain't none of this shit new. It's been here, but who reset it? Why did they reset it? When did they reset it? I can't shake it from my mind, bro.
I don't like America. I want a revolution. No, you do not want a revolution.
So there's a couple things here. First of all, revolution is not a choice. Revolution is something that has to happen because the conditions have gotten so fucking bad that it has to. The contradictions have piled up, and you're saying it's terrifying, and maybe so, but I think what you're not understanding is that a lot of people within the United States are already fucking terrified. There are people who are going through actual genocides within the United States right now, not to mention what the United States does abroad to the global south is fucking terrifying and always has been. Revolution is also not some single fucking event. Revolution is also things like getting to know your neighbors, participating in mutual aid, and rebuilding society, dual power structures. There's so much more to it than what you're describing. You're describing something like a fucking movie, and that's just not how things work. There is no other solution than revolution.
Anyone else just kind of over everything? Like, you're seeing a bunch of big stuff happen in the world and you're just like, okay, hopefully this is a time where the world actually ends and then the next day begins. And you're like, oh my gosh, right? You're seeing all these big things happening and you kind of see the writing on the wall and you see that we're heading towards something, but like nothing is like happening fast enough for you. Like, you're just kind of over life. Like, it's just bland. Everything is so bland. It's so black and white now. It's just like, it just doesn't have any life. Like, it seems like the life has been sucked out of life, if that makes sense. And like, sure, there's like good things and happy things and all those different things. Like, there's love and, you know, going out and fellowshipping with people, worshiping and stuff. But for the most part, like, it's just like life has lost its flavor. There's like, it's not, I don't know, it's not the same is really what I'm saying. Like, there's a new normal. Even after COVID, everyone tried to go back to being like the same, but really it's just a new normal. And it's not what life once was. And it's lame, it's boring, it's dull, it's mundane. Like, having to, even just like the idea of just like working until you die. Matter of fact, I'm about to make a new video. I'm about to rant about that. Hold on.
Is it just me, or is life just not the same as it used to be? Nothing is the same anymore. Literally, everything about reality today feels so different than what it was like 5 years ago. And I know we all can blame it on COVID, but it feels like we literally shifted into a different dimension. I feel like connecting with people is so weird now. Relationships are literally so stupid. They're just so stupid now. Isolation has become so prominent. Loneliness is louder than ever. Struggles have become more, you know, in every facet, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. And it's so scary because I always wonder what the world is going to be like in 10 years from now. Like, if this is the way society is operating now, what's going to happen later? AI is like literally taking over. People only connect through social media. Nobody really has genuine conversations anymore. Everything is so plastic. Everything feels so fake. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm sitting here just doing some work on my laptop, and I just have so many moments where I just say to myself, things just don't feel the same anymore. And I'm so curious if any of you feel the same way.
the flowers for a couple of hours.
9 to 5 is bullshit. Unpaid lunch breaks are bullshit. Working all day and going home to have 2 hours of free time before bed is bullshit. 5-day work week is bullshit. Working yourself to death is bullshit. Retiring at 65, unlikely, is bullshit. Starting your adult life in debt from student loans is bullshit. Giving kids 7 hours of school and then homework to ready them for the never-ending grind is bullshit. It is so frustrating that we have one chance of life on this earth and humanity chooses taxes and credit scores and pollution instead of floating around in the ocean all day eating fruit and hanging out.
Capitalism ends up elevating sociopaths because if you're worried about people, if you don't want to exploit them, if you don't want to give them less while you take so much more for yourself, you might not succeed so well in business. If you see people only as a means to your own profit and not as human beings with the same needs and feelings as you, you're not going to regard them well. And the height of that is if you're a sociopath, which means you don't even think about your effect on other people and on the society at large. And actually, that's what every CEO has to do. He has to figure out how to say certain things to get by, but not to care. Of course, it's sociopathic. It's against the needs of the society and the people in it. How can you get rich on the backs of other people while giving them less and worrying less about the conditions of their workplace unless you learn to disregard them in order to make a profit for yourself? That's capitalism.
We as a society are in such a beautiful place, and I know it can be hard to see it because we're taught to view certain things a certain way. And I know that it can be scary for some people, but we are in an uncomfortable place, but we're in the place that's necessary for our collective growth. When I look at what's coming out of China and what's going on with the tariffs, I cannot help but smile. This illusion of like luxury, this illusion of exclusivity, this illusion of wealth that has been promoted to us to get us to try to persuade us to give our life to this dream, right? It's all falling apart. And the truth is being revealed. And when the truth is being revealed, we can really make some decided action about where we want to go next. When we don't know the truth from the lie, when we have not learned good from evil, it's hard to move in ways that really benefit us if we don't know the difference. This is good for us. This is informative. It's uncomfortable, but this is a good thing. You know, there have been a bunch of premonitions about this man being our last president, and I don't think we really understood what that meant. I think it's our last president under the old power structure. You might be up in arms about everything that this administration is destroying right now. But the truth is that this is the demo that needs to happen. I've talked about this before. This is the demolition that has to happen for our collective benefit. So we can focus on the demo, and we can hold whole commissions, and we can protest the demo. We can do all that. Or we can start thinking about how we plan to constructively build back. Not staying dependent on politicians to forge the way or to inform the way, but for us to finally take back our power. That's what's collapsing right now. All the illusions around where we don't have power, where we need to depend on other things, it's falling apart. It's reminding us of our power, and that can be scary if you're used to standing and leaning on someone else. And just as an aside, I'm not talking about who people think I'm talking about when I say that. There have been a lot of people who only understand power through what has been stolen and given to them through a corrupt system. Those people are going to have to learn to lean on their own power, right? Yeah. So this is a beautiful thing, you guys. I think this is essential for our growth. I think we're exactly where we need to be, and I know what comes next, and it's good. So they want you to cling to the past as we move into something new. So they want you being scared. They want you stressing out about things that are being taken away. This is good. This is for us. Let it go. And spend your time constructively imagining something better in its place.
You don't know what the Matrix is. This is what the Matrix is. The Matrix is a man-made system that is put into place to make you choose anything but what you came here to do. Every single one of us chose to be here. We chose to have a specific experience, to be someone, right? You exist as an aspect of one. We each exist as a physical representation of one thing. We're all just different frequencies of the same exact energy. We are not different, okay? You are not different from anyone. You are a being, a energetic spiritual being that has been materialized into this physical avatar, but you're not the physical avatar. This is just a manifestation, and you're here to experience this physical reality. The thing is, each of us has our own dreams and our own intuition, our own drive. There's something that we love to talk about, love to do, love to think about, wish we could make millions doing it, right? It's who you really are. But here's the thing. There has been a system that is put into place to make you scared of ever choosing to do that. They make you scared by making you uneducated. So they put you in a system where everyone's already been programmed. Your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents and all your friends and their friends and their friends. The entire world damn near has been programmed to think that if you chose what you love to do, you won't be successful. That not everybody is made to be successful. Only a select few people get lucky. No! Literally, no. You did not come here to do what people told you to do. They make you uneducated and they distract you. They bombard you with all of this entertainment, all of this shit, so that you don't wake up and you don't pay attention and you don't look around and be like, why the fuck am I doing this? Ask yourself, what are you doing? Is this really who you want to be? Is this really what you want to do? Do you even like what you're doing? How did you get here? You have been programmed. The only reason you don't do anything but what you're doing now is because you were made to be scared. You don't know how to get there. The thing is, no one knows how to get there. What you do is you follow your intuition. Your higher self is constantly telling you, dude, come in this direction. This is what you like. This is who you are. But you're told, reject that. Ain't no way. You can't do that. You gotta go to school and you gotta work here for the rest of your life and make just enough to pay for literally nothing. The Matrix is a man-made system. And you are a spiritual being that has been materialized here for a specific experience. You get to get whatever it is that you desire. It is already yours. But the thing is, people are telling you it's not yours. It's never been yours. It could never be yours. How are you going to make a living like that? How do you know how to do that? I don't know how to do that. How are you going to figure that out? Bro, fuck them. This is the Matrix. People that have already been programmed telling you that you can't do this because they can't even see it for themselves. When you break out of the Matrix and you realize that no one knows what they're doing, everyone has been programmed to think the same thing, and that they're stuck working for other people, even though I know that's not what you want to do. Only a few people genuinely chose what they wanted to do and pursued it. Not all of them, but people that are extremely successful are typically those that choose to do what they wanted to do. They followed their passion, right? That is literally all you had to do. And the thing is, there aren't passions that override others. There are not passions that are better than others. That if my passion isn't the same as that one, I can't make money doing what I want to do. They can make money because that's a business model. Dude, everything's a business model. Forget everything you thought you knew. Matrix has been man-made, and it's a system that is put into place to make you feel scared, to make you not follow your intuition, to make you choose anything else besides what you genuinely wish you could be doing. If you didn't have to work a day in your life, if money wasn't a thing, right? Imagine that money was not a thing and you didn't have to work for your money. What would you be doing with your days? What would you be doing with your life? You did not come here to be a slave, yet you are. And only some people wake up. And the thing is, people that wake up need to tell everyone else to wake the fuck up. But it's only up to you if you want to wake up. And again, I bet you it's fear. Time isn't real. I don't care how old you are. The Matrix will be with you till the day you die. All right? But again, there's a whole nother illusion, right? Death isn't even real. You are immortal. You were everything that ever was. We are all one big conscious being or entity or energy. We're all just different frequencies of the same energy. There's no such thing as death. Yes, this avatar goes away, but you don't go away. You are immortal. You are here to experience every single thing. And the thing is, you did not come here to be a slave. It has been a system to have control so that those motherfuckers, the few motherfuckers that created this matrix, they could chill. But the thing is, they won't be chilling when people really start waking up. Now is the perfect time for people to start waking up. Because why are we listening to them anymore? It's not just in America. It's not in a few other countries. It is global. They don't teach anyone this. It is our own responsibility to seek out this knowledge, to understand why we're here. If you haven't asked yourself, who am I and why am I here? Start today. Do the inner work and you realize who you've been this whole time. And then you have to completely shift your identity. Because you've been pretending this whole time, pretending like you're someone else. And the thing is, they purposefully make you feel like you're crazy for thinking any of this. They don't tell us any of this so that people like me who speak out about it seem literally insane. It is so sad to see so many people slave away their entire life and think that this is why they're here. This is not why you're here. Imagine where we would be if this was never in place. Imagine what we could have accomplished if every single person followed their passion. Because the thing is, passionate people are efficient and are experts at whatever it is that they're doing. And they're amazing at it. Do you know the amount of innovation that we would have? I just hope you realize that you have been controlled this entire time. And it is a choice. It is a choice to continue to follow that. And now you know that you are consciously choosing that, knowing that there are other options. The option that you've been divinely guided to choose this entire time. You are an infinite being. An infinite being. Time isn't even real. Your higher self literally sees every single thing. Things that you, your tiny little self, cannot see. Follow the breadcrumbs. Forget the matrix.
Do you know, if you actually think about it, slaves used to work all day, every day with no pay, but they still got food, water and shelter. Today we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water and shelter. We are still slaves. We are slaves to the system. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom. And this is my theory as to why we have the cost of living crisis, and it's been so bad over the last couple of years. And it's because this spiritual awakening, this mass awakening, has been predicted for decades, for years, thousands of years it's been predicted. And they knew that something like this was going to happen, so they had to distract us in every way possible. And if you keep people exhausted and distracted, they won't organise. If you keep them struggling and divided, they won't resist. The system isn't broken. It's designed this way. It's designed to keep us on our knees and slaves to the system. We're just in an open prison. That's all that we live in. And, yeah.
Landlords in Venezuela are no longer charging rent. Why is that, you ask? Well, money is irrelevant there. And now they are helping each other out in the community, using their skills and the animals that they have to share their food. Wow. It's as if money never meant anything in the first place and that it never existed. We gave it value. Wow.
Can we overthrow the fucking government or not? Are you guys seriously not fucking miserable out there? You're just working those low wages and paying for that high cost of living, and you're telling yourself you're fucking free? I want to own a fucking home one day. I don't want to fucking rent it from some rich guy. I want to go on a fucking vacation one day. I don't just want to sit here on social media and swipe, watch other people having a vacation. I want to eat something nice one day. I don't just want to see it on social media swipe a bunch of fucking rich and privileged people who will never struggle in their goddamn life enjoying it. This is seriously some Hunger Games shit. You work for 60 plus hours every fucking week just to go on social media and watch wealthy people enjoying their lives? What the fuck? Why don't we get to enjoy ours?
Well, since everything's coming out and everything's getting exposed, I may as well be honest. I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of pretending that I am functioning in this society that believes in calendars and weeks. I forget almost every day what day of the week it is, because not because something's wrong physically, but because I don't give a fuck. It's not really May 15th. It's not. And it's also not 4:01 Eastern Standard Time right now. It's not. You want to know what it is? I'm alive. That's what fucking matters. This time and day and month and hour and minute and second and who gives a fuck? It doesn't exist. It's not natural. It doesn't exist in nature. You're not going to see a number 7 growing out of soil. You're not going to see a number 465 growing out of the side of a cliff. You're not going to see 245s mating in nature. It's not going to happen. And if it does, I'll have whatever the fuck you're having, because it's not natural. And I say this to people who are like left brain, people who believe in science, like calculations, like those kind of people. I like those people because they're very smart. But to me, it feels like they focus on the pins and dots when I'm telling them to look at the whole thing. Like, step back. Just step back and trust me. And they're like, no, it doesn't. That's in the realm of no possibility. I'm like, no. Trust me. It's great out. The only reason why numbers and months and dates and stuff exist is because it's used as manipulation. If we really understood and got the grasp on how jobs ruin our life, we would have revolted centuries. The moment that taxes were introduced and currency, because we don't really need currency. We just need agreement. I don't think this video is going to get a lot of views, but I'm telling you, if we all agreed around the world, all billions of us, if we all agreed that seeds are now the currency, we just cut everybody else out. And people who can find seeds, any kind of seeds, you're good. There's no need to work. You could just go and search for seeds anywhere on the face of this earth. And if you need something, there you go. I'm telling you, we could all agree to that. And almost every surface of this planet, there has been a group of people who decided to fuck them over. Even if there's no people there, they destroy the environment. Yeah, so forgive me in advance that sometimes I don't give a fuck what month it is. I don't care what hour, what minute. I don't care about what century it is. You want to know what matters is how we are evolving as human beings. That occurs naturally. What doesn't occur naturally is Christmas happening every single year. And we act like it's totally normal and it's totally fine. It's because we're immune to it. It's a tradition. And when they've taken everything else away from us, that's the only time we find joy within each other. We shouldn't just spread cheer on holidays. That should be every day. And until that shit starts happening, I may forget every once in a while what day it is, what year, how old I am, instead of looking at the big picture.